Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Midday and recently I participated in the GMTK 2022 Game Jam. So right when the Game Jam started, I had an idea about a top-down roguelike where dodge rolling changes your number and the number you land on determines the weapon you get to use. The game was going to be set on a board game and your player character was going to be the die. So I immediately got to work on the movement and rotation. I wrote a simple movement script and made the player look towards the mouse, but I also added controller support because I do that in every project. After that, I started working on a short script that allows me to add different firing modes to the player very easily, so I could play around with different types of guns. I also gave the guns knockback. So now that I had shooting working, it was time for me to make some enemies. I threw in some red cubes and gave them simple health scripts, and then I gave them some basic AI navigation and tweaked it a bunch so that they didn't just all run into each other. I also copied over some of the code from the player's gun script and gave it to the enemies so now they can shoot back. With all of this done, it was time for me to start building the actual game. I made the player's dodge roll also switch their weapons randomly, but it still looked a lot like a dash and not a roll, so I made the player look a little bit more like a die by giving it a numbered face on top where the camera would look down at it. I also gave it a simple roll animation, and whenever the player rolls, the material is overlaid on top of it to sell the effect that it is rolling. I did this using URP's render objects. It was at this point that my parents told me about an event that we had to attend the next day, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish the game I had in mind. Working against time without really having an idea of what I was going to pivot the game into, I hopped into Blender and made some nonsensical looking enemies. I replaced all of the red cubes with the enemy models and gave them some death particle effects.
Bruh.
I made a wave spawner that generates waves that get harder over time. I know how to do this because I've already made one previously for my in-development project called Reclaim. If you don't know what Reclaim is, it's a fast-paced movement shooter that I've been working on for over a year now. It's the game that led me into starting this YouTube channel, and I promise I have more videos planned on it soon. I just need to get a little bit more done. Anyway, with the wave spawner added, the game was basically playable in some form, so I stopped working on the player and enemies and started working on this monstrosity of a main menu. I don't know man, it works I guess. I added a wave counter and a health meter, cleaned up the arena, and made the UI extra juicy to compensate for the fact that I wasn't going to be able to add any sound effects. I gave all of the weapons names that had something to do with the number that they were tied to, and then proceeded to fight Unity's WebGL books for like 2 hours if I could get. Anyway, the game is up on itch.io and the link is in the description. If you are at all interested in how it looks or how it plays, definitely go check it out and join my Discord to show me the highest wave you got to. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help, and thank you for watching.